In the heart of the Italian Alps, where the air thins and the world falls silent, a road dares to cut through the mountains. Passo Gavia. Narrow, unpredictable, and breathtakingly beautiful. It's not just about the curves or the climb. It's about the feeling of freedom that comes with every turn. Come with me to one of my all-time favorite mountain passes and enjoy the ride to Gavia.
Hello everyone, welcome to a new video, and today I will take you somewhere where I wanted to take you for ages. One of my favorite mountain passes in the Alps, and the good thing is we have to ride from Switzerland to Italy to get to this pass, which means many beautiful mountain passes on the way.
Our ride was supposed to take us to Passo Gavia, a high mountain pass in the Italian Alps. And the most pretty way to get there is riding over Swiss mountain passes like Fluella and Ofen Pass.
We are in a beautiful Engadin Valley now, and we're going this direction now, which is up to Livigno, which is an Italian town. I actually don't know the name of the pass, but I will be right. I think it's just Passo Livigno. So that's where we go now. And straight to Italy, and then to one of our favorite passes of the whole Italian country.
Guys, I know I have said this before in another video, but Ofen Pass is really one of the most underrated passes in Switzerland in my opinion, and also I already said this before, but I promise to make a video about more of these Swiss mountain passes at one point. But now, first we head to Gavia.
Sorry if I wasn't too precise at this point of time. Gavia was actually not our final destination for this day. It was the alpine skiing village Bormio, from where Gavia is easily accessible. Bormio sits at the crossroads of some of the most iconic alpine roads in the world. From the east, riders can descend over the legendary Passo del Stelvio. From the west, the road from Livigno threads through high valleys and over Forcolla and Foscagno passes, where the peaks tower on every side. So we were on our way to access Bormio over Livigno.
Well, I don't know how you guys feel about one-way mountain tunnels, but I have at the same time a fascination, but also always need to think about what to do if we would get stuck. That's really not a lovely thought, or if there would be an accident, or don't even want to think about it. So you have to pay for driving through this tunnel. I actually forgot that, and if you want to avoid it, you can take an alternative route over Berni Pass, and from there to Livigno over Passo Forcolla, I think it's called. Just in case, I think that's a very good alternative. The passes are also lovely.
Tucked high in the Alps, Livigno is more than just a mountain town. Known as Little Tibet for its remote valley, it sits at over 1,800 meters, surrounded by peaks and passes. Livigno is a duty-free zone, making it a heaven for riders and travelers alike. And in winter it transforms into one of Italy's premier ski resorts. A place of extremes, where nature, culture and adventure meet at the roof of Lombardy.
We are in Livigno now, which means that we just entered Italy from Switzerland, and from here we go to the next bigger mountain pass, which is the Livigno Pass, and I'm looking super forward to it. I think I've only ridden it once in my life, so very excited about this. And then we already end up in the place we're gonna stay tonight, and that's a very lovely Italian city.
So we continue. There's actually a mountain pass when riding from Livigno to Bormio, and that's what we're gonna do. And then we will stop there and enjoy a lovely summer evening in Italy.
From Livigno, the road to Bormio begins with a steady climb toward the Foscagno pass. At the top, you pass through the old customs house, a reminder that Livigno is still a duty-free zone, set apart from the rest of Italy. From there, the road opens into wild bends and mountain views before dropping into the valley. It's a direct and beautiful ride, linking the isolated world of Livigno with the historic town of Bormio.
Singing songs on the terrace. We didn't mind sitting out in the cold. It wasn't possible to make us embarrassed. We were free when we were 17. When we were 17.
Our ride today took me right into Bormio, as you can see here. It's a lovely little city, town. I don't even know if it's a city, but it's basically the start to our next pass that we're going to do tomorrow. But first we can enjoy a very nice Italian evening here.
Bormio sits at the heart of the Italian Alps, a mountain town known for its history, hot springs, and as a gateway to legendary passes like Stelvio and Gavia. For centuries, travelers have stopped here to rest in its natural thermal baths, some still in use today. In winter, it transforms into a world-class ski resort, while in summer, cyclists and riders from around the globe arrive to take on the high alpine roads. When walking through Bormio, I quickly realized that some things are very different than normally. Bormio is one of the hosts for the upcoming Winter Olympics, and excitement is building in the whole valley. Walking through the streets, you can feel the anticipation. Olympic banners line the squares, countdown clocks mark the days, and signs proudly announce the town's role as a host. And well, I got kind of excited too, even though it was the midst of summer. As everyone knows who has been to Italy before, food is amazing pretty much everywhere. But if you come to Bormio, make a reservation at Ristorante Vecchia Combo. We unfortunately failed to do so this time and couldn't get a table no more. But if you do, you can thank me later.
Good morning, everyone. We are going now to one of my absolute favorite passes in Italy and also in the Alps. I think it's absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, we were not up as early as I thought, because I thought we were going to leave at 6, because I once did that. I once rode this pass at 5 a.m. and it was one of the most beautiful things that I ever experienced in this region. But unfortunately, I slept long. Now it's 8 and we're going to go there now. Hope it's not too full.
Welcome to this very special morning, everyone. We are going to Passo Gavia now, and I'm super excited. Here we go, and it's actually not that busy yet. Oh, so nice.
Leaving Bormio, the road to Passo Gavia begins with gentle curves through pine forests. But soon the climb grows steeper, the road narrower, twisting tightly along the mountainside. Old stone tunnels echo with the sound of the engine, while sudden openings reveal vast views across the Alps. Higher up, the landscape changes. Trees give way to rocky slopes and alpine meadows.
So we're now halfway up to Gavia Pass, and it's absolutely stunning. A lot of traffic today, which is not surprising since it's weekend and main season. So I always recommend to go to Dolomites and to this kind of passes in autumn or very early spring and early in the morning, and we didn't do any of those, but it's still absolutely stunning and beautiful. I mean, look at all these beautiful nature around us. It's really, really nice.
Isn't this so pretty? What I love most about riding in the Alps is when you get to the altitude where no trees grow no more, and all of a sudden you come like out of the forest and have these wide and super dramatic views. I think it's just the best feeling.
If you are wondering, here in the Alps the tree line sits at around 1,900 meters. In other parts of the world it's very different. Take Colorado for example, where trees grow up to about 3,600 meters. The reasons behind this are many. Climate, latitude and geography all play a part. And if we ever meet in person, I'll be more than happy to give you the full lecture on tree lines. On the climb to Passo Gavia, you will spot Rifugio A Berni, nestled at 2,541 meters and named after Captain Arnaldo Berni, a mountain troop officer who went missing during the Battle of San Matteo in World War I in 1918. Just besides the Rifugio, a small chapel stands alongside a war monument, quietly paying tribute to the fallen of those mountains' wartime stories. It's a touching reminder that even here, where these days nature seems to rule, history is never far off, and also kept reminding myself of those who are living in conflict zones right at this time.
Guys, it's not far no more. The top of the pass is very close, and if I recall it right, the ride will get even more spectacular on the way down on the other side. So stay tuned.
At the summit of Passo Gavia, you'll find Lago Bianco, the white lake. Fed by glacial meltwater, its surface often shines with an almost milky turquoise color. On calm days, it reflects the surrounding peaks like a mirror.
So this is the top of Passo Gavia.
At 2,621 meters, we have made it to the top of Passo Gavia. This pass is one of the highest paved roads in Italy, and it's even featured in the Giro Italia, where cyclists often battle snow walls still standing well into summer. So that also explains all the bicyclists we met at the top of the pass.
Oh no, it seems like there's quite some fog in front of us. Not so great. And I hope it's not all the way, because the views are stunning, and right below us is another beautiful lake I would like to show you guys, so I hope you can see it in the fog. So here should be the lake. I think we might be lucky. The clouds are just above us, because the views here are really spectacular.
Below the summit of Passo Gavia lies another lake, Lago Nero, the Black Lake. Its dark waters, reflecting the peaks in deep shades of blue and black, give it a more mysterious character than the brighter Lago Bianco above. Like many alpine black lakes, it carries a touch of legend. Locals once believed that deep dark lakes like this were bottomless or even haunted.
I have to admit that I completely forgot how tight these roads are here at Gavia. It's definitely not for people who are scared of altitudes, because there are quite some steep drops right next to the road. Whoop, very tight here if you meet other vehicles, and yeah, if you are at the outside lane like I am. But also I'm happy we're not in a car. So this is where the trees start again, means we reached much lower altitudes again, and luckily soon it's lunchtime and we will stop at a very special place.
After descending from Passo Gavia toward Ponte di Legno, there is one more place that is a must stop: Osteria Pietra Rossa. It's an old mountain inn, built from stone that for centuries offered shelter to travelers braving this wild road. Today it still stands as a reminder of how tough crossing the Gavia once was, long before smooth asphalt and modern motorcycles.
Really good. Best Italian food.
Stop here and it's easy to imagine weary traders, soldiers or pilgrims warming up at the fire before continuing their journey through the Alps. But how much time changed, you might realize, when trying to snatch a table. If you come around the popular lunch hours, it's highly advised to make a reservation beforehand.
So after having accomplished the ride on Gavia, the biggest question when arriving on the southern end of Gavia is always what to do next, because there are actually not that many roads you can take from here, and they lead you in completely different directions. So you really have to choose wisely and not just take a road for the sake of taking a road.
Well, for me the decision what to do next after Gavia is always easy. If you go east, you will be in the lovely Dolomites within 3 hours. And that's why we continued over one more mountain pass direction the city Bolzano.
This is the road up to Passo Tonale. It's a very open mountain pass, curvy but not so tight, and no hairpins. So it's kind of nice after the small Gavia road actually.
At 1,883 meters, you roll over the top of Passo Tonale. And suddenly it feels less like a wild alpine pass and more like a lively mountain hub. Hotels, cafes, ski lifts, it's all here. In winter it's packed with skiers. In summer it's full of riders and cyclists taking a break. It might not have the raw drama of Gavia or Stelvio, but I will not be the one complaining about having the pleasure to ride another mountain pass right after the previous.
So this is the top of Passo Tonale, the east way of Gavia, if you want to go more east to the Dolomites. And it's a quite nice ride if you have nobody in front of you. Now it's gotten very busy, but we had a very nice ride up. So off we go now direction Woods.
So this stretch here that we're on from Passo Tonale to Bolzano is actually not so high altitude anymore, and it's very, very hot at the moment, nearly 40 degrees. And yeah, that happens. You go down from Gavia where it's kind of like cool, and you're down here in the lower lands and it gets really warm, and you drive kind of like by some hills with grapes where wine is produced and fruit is growing, and it's not so high alpine roads no more.
drive a faster car.
And just like that, a few hours flew by and we were in Bolzano, the end of our Gavia trip, but the start of a beautiful ride in my beloved Dolomites.
So my dear virtual travel crew, that was the lovely Gavia Pass ride. And I hope it didn't disappoint. We're in the middle of Bolzano, as you can see. And I hope to see all of you next month when it's time to get to go again. Here's our hotel now. Bye bye. Take care.
You guys heard it. See you again next month when it's time to get to go. But before, leave a thumbs up and comment below this video and let me know which is your favorite mountain pass on earth. Chances are big that it might inspire me to go there one day. But for now, ride safe and see you in 4 weeks.